Hello, this is Michael from Blue Gem Tarot. I'm already laughing because I want to say I hope you're really proud of yourself because I'm already reviewing the stuff for all of the three piles, and it doesn't cease to amaze and surprise me as usual because the stuff I channel is the most insane. I feel like a crazy person channeling these things, or the information, because it's I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to articulate it. It's just something else because it's both funny and also very intimidating and also very interesting and multifaceted. Okay, the topic for today is going to be what makes people addicted to you. Now, I know this sounds really crazy as a topic. Don't blame me, it's literally what came up during a meditation. So, if anything, let's collectively blame that meditation for it. So, yeah. I'll get back to the reviewing of the comments because there were so many. I would love to tinker and like give special attention to each. I'll get back to it. Thank you so much for all of the support. And you don't know how much it means to me that you comment below and say the good stuff there. And I love you. That's literally, it sounds pretty blunt, but it's the most like the essence of what I really want to convey. And I hope my readings are a testimony for this, because I'm trying to invest all of my like droplets of power and effort into the quality, into the quality and the experience. Like literally I was like discussing with ChatGPT how I would like my readings to be, and what I came up with, and I guess that channeling from my voice, whatever soul, it's like literally I want people to be reminded of their core worth, that which is being lost through trauma, and I want people to be reawakened into the quality of their gratefulness that they should be having, and they should be feeling, but is often covered by stuff that happens in life. And I remember being helped and guided to the idea that I want my readings to be making people feel grateful for the fact that they are, and for the fact that their presence leave a mark upon this world. And I want them driven to tears. Yeah, I want my audience to be driven to tears of gratitude. That's literally the aim, and it's very refreshing to know that I can literally be living in that moment and being capable of creating that sort of thing. Anyways, that was a lot. Let's see. The structure of the read, I hope I wasn't rambling, though. Yeah, whatever. The structure of the read is going to be the following. You are going to be presented with three piles. I'll get back to the pile selection, but the center of the reading is going to be very at on point description of you, and specifically the reasoning behind why people are addicted to you. I'm going to showcase a little backstory with why they are addicted, and specifically what would happen like if you are to be gone from their life. That would also bring us with a lot of that would also give us a lot of insight into what it is that your presence gives by presenting it with the opposite, like with the absence of yours, and also the surroundings. So I specifically took time to surround your energy with a circle of cards that is basically going to talk about what you are like, what's hanging what's going on around you, to best understand who you are, to best understand your impact and why are people addicted to you. I'm going to be aiming at understanding your background and your surroundings. Yeah, I think that's all. We have three piles. I'm running out of space. Okay. We have for the first pile a black crystal earring. Second pile has a red crystal earring, and the third pile has like a it's also an earring. I don't know how you call it, but it's basically an earring that you attach to your ear. And it has this wavy red and black swirls of paint in it. Okay, so yeah, first is a rectangle type of, it's not a rectangle, whatever, earring. Second pile is a red one, and third is like stripes of black and red and orange. Yeah. Um, Take your time and pick your pile. Make sure to check in with the energies that you are being presented with in your piles. If it resonates and you feel like I'm talking about you, it's definitely your pile. Also, my readings are not gender specific. I already took the notes for pile number 1, and I want to say, I'm gonna say a lot of genders, but I want you to understand that you should be putting those on to you. So if I'm referring to a female and you're not a female, or you don't identify with it, um, change the reading in such a way that basically it's going to be applied to you. So if I say queen, you, and you are a male and you identify with that, you take it with like king, okay? You change it to a king, okay? My readings are timeless. If you don't agree with something, don't take it. It's not necessary that you agree with something. It's just information. Maybe it wasn't for you. If you don't agree with it, you don't have to argue with me. That's completely fine. I understand. I think that's all for the introduction. It has already been a lot of time in it, but yeah, check the comments for the timestamps, okay? See you in each of your piles. Okay. Pile number 1, those of you who chose the black crystal earring. This is crazy. This is insane. I hope I'm not crazy, like channeling this type of stuff, but why are people addicted to you? We have the first card in the center being the pillar of light. Your vibration is raising. You are the oracle. I feel like why are people addicted? It's literally the case with very high vibrational people, and if you don't resonate with high vibration in general or what this is elevation for me. This is good habits, notable attitudes, opinions, and articulations which are, well, let's say beyond what you usually see or encounter, okay? I wrote in here, aside from that you might be having like a very healthy and also defined and truthful lifestyle based around the truth, around authenticity, around what's working, okay? I wrote this like in this type of energy. Defined opinions, new stuff, always innovative, interesting, edge of thought things brought with you or by virtue of you being into their life. Also, pillar of light in this case would be for me someone you would look up to. I don't know if you I don't know what's your take on it. It's just energy that I'm channeling, but people look up to you. Believe it or not, like it or not, it's actually the case. Fascinatingly refreshing. And I don't know what is going on. Pile number 1. What are you doing with people? We want more of you. Like, this is literally what I was channeling. We want more of that type of energy. I'm feeling like very anxious for some reason, and it could literally be the case that's why people feel addicted to you, because they have this awe, they have this fascination with you, they are entranced, and I don't know how you do this, okay? This is very like suspicious, but in a good way, okay? Something about you is very empowering, okay? Why I wrote this, it's because the 10 of Swords, I have this twice in the reading. People as if they are being stuck in a lot of their ways, and you show up and basically it's like you open their eyes. It's very why it's addictive. It's not only your energy is very refreshing and it's very like entertaining, I want to say, but there are consequences to you. There are consequences to your presence being into their life. Okay, it's so much information, I don't know how to even convey that. Like I would literally, I feel like I should be having like another 4 people channeling this type of energy, because that's how we are going to exhaust the amount of stuff I see in here. And it's all revolving around you and your spiritual aspect, or your very high, like very demanding, very high demand type of energy that you have. And it's literally, I'm very generous with it. Like that's the energy I feel. Something about you is very empowering, like 10 of swords flipped. So it's like, I don't care how, when, I don't care even if you want this or not, but we are in it. Like we are empowering ourselves. We are living in our truth. We are rising ourselves from the ashes. I don't care if you want this or not. It's literally, that's the energy I'm picking up on you with people. And they are addicted. I feel like they don't even have the time to even ask for help. You are there. Like that's how fast. Like that's how in an instant your energy replenishes everything around itself. Crazy stuff. What are you doing with people? Like what are you doing with people? That's also, you're truthful and worth following. Like let's follow their lead. They know what they're doing, okay? We want you and we want your energies in our life, okay? Ascension, literally pillar of light, so what else can you expect from it? Very attractive shadow work. Yeah, what's that, you would ask, you might ask. Well, it's an idea I followed once. I remember, okay, give me a second, someone's very dramatic right now. Attractive shadow work. When people are engaging in shadow work, and what this means, it's for those who don't know what I'm talking about, it's literally when you dive deep into yourself, you unroot your traumas, you are being present with them, you guide them to resolution, and you come anew in a new sense of your power. And it's, of course, driving a lot of attractiveness to itself, merely because you have no inhibitions, you have no obstacles in the ways in which you express yourself, in which you present yourself, in which you basically live your life. In contrast to the scenario where a person would be having so many splits into their personality and so much trauma that it basically interferes with not only their life function but their expression. So literally, this is the case of someone who went there, worked on themselves, and really hard and very truthful, very like work ethic in that direction. It was really, really powerful, because now you are ascended, now you are attractive. And I don't want you to understand or think that, ascended vibrations, high vibrations. And if you do resonate with that, it's awesome. I want this to be very specific what this means. High expectations in relationships, working on our sense of self-value and confidence, working on our habits, cultivating the best of the best, okay? That's addictive. That's addictive because that's setting an example for people, and it's literally the edge of thought. It's like people don't even get to breathe as fast to get there, and you're already there in a snap of fingers because you've worked on yourself. And that's why it's truthfully like we want to follow you. Like that's the energy I feel like it's going on with this pile. Oh my god, I'm literally in the first side, like upper side of the page, and we're 7 minutes into it. Like, when I'm gonna squeeze all of this into a read. Very alluring, but not on purpose. Again, very natural, alluring energy to you. Like, you're not attention seeking. It kind of happens. I would expect you to be finding yourselves in situations where people are literally staring at you, looking at you, asking you questions, stuff like, what's your opinion on this, that, and people could be really sly about it, by the way. Natural charm, natural leadership. Expect yourself to be put in a lot of leadership positions, leadership roles, leadership action related plans, people will ask you. If they aren't doing this already, get ready. Get ready, because you've got like experience. Also, it's interesting, people are very nurtured, fed by your energy. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if people are basically, some of them are leeching. And this is like, I don't feel concerned for you because it's so natural. It comes so natural to you, and you don't feel like this is a problem necessarily, because you can cut people in a second. If someone is inappropriate, literally gone, literally obliterated, blasted into dust. Okay. You just give because you feel like, it's, you give as much as you can because you can, and because it's not burdening you, and also because you feel like, it's a benefit to that person, even if at times you know that your words are too expensive for a lot of people, and they are not, I don't want to say worth it, but they are not like there with their maturity to understand. Oh my god. Um, yeah, it's difficult. I want to say this pile is very intense. And I'm saying that in all of the reads, but this energy is explosive. It's radiant, literally. Um, I want to say there are a lot of things for this pile, and I'm unfortunately will not be able to cover everything into this read, but there will be many more to come, so expect multifaceted stuff to be revealed there. But people are nurtured. Okay, I said that. Okay, people feel hopeful, renewed, desirable. People are reminded of who they are in your presence. They feel renewed, they feel hopeful, they feel like their eyes are open, and it's not as bad, It's not as bad as they think or they felt. And it's literally I'll get back to it. And very, very on purpose, uplifted. They feel purpose. They feel like they have a purpose with you. They feel uplifted with you. They are literally, um, give me a moment. Oh, sustained. They are literally sustained somehow. I don't know, like, how on earth is that possible, but you sustain people somehow. Um, Unrooting BS and false starts. Facades are gone. Flying away. Like I would want you. I would want to give you the graphic description of how those flying Fs and those like false facades are flying. Like they're flying like they're birds. Like literally, they're flying like they are having the best moments of their life. Like that's literally how fast and how natural, not natural, how beautifully they fly away into the horizon, like literally there is no way something false stands beside you without you knowing it's false. That's how it feels. And it's scary. I want to say it's scary. It's revealing. It's greatly revealing to people. It's insanely not dangerous, but revealing. People feel naked in your presence, okay? And they want more. It's literally amazing how, I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. Just information channeled. But they feel like they are scared, but they want more. Usually people run, but in this case, they want more. Yeah, something you don't see every day. Something about you regenerates, restores, regroups, and yeah, it's renewal with this pile. It's something about you restores people to their like lost. It restores their lost, stolen, destroyed aspects like of themselves. Recuperation. Okay, I don't know how. Again, very healing. Also, I channeled don't go, for heaven's sakes, don't go, don't disappear. Serious triggers in abandonment issues people are getting. Powerful emotional enhancements, augmentations, uplifts, and regeneration of sorts. Like, I feel like you are a beacon of hope for a lot of people. Emotional augmentation. Yeah, I said that. You're guiding, transforming, changing people's quality of life. You show to those that which objectively doesn't work or literally doesn't make sense. Restoring people's sanity by telling things for what they are, the opposite of gaslighting. So you could be very like you could be joining people into their reality where they feel very validated. They feel like they are not insane. They feel like they have found someone who gets them and understands them. Restorative, hope bringing you are. It's giving me emissary vibes. It's like that kind of thing. Groundedness in reality, and also people oriented. You are oriented towards people, you are helping others, you are loving, you're guiding, you're a mentor, by the way. And you're achieving that literally by any means. And I don't care, like, you could be literally content creation stuff, doing content creation. You could be working, in any domain, and you're achieving that. You could be doing whatever life situation you are in, it's achieving that in a very peculiar and amazing way. It literally transpires in it doesn't matter in which, like, it doesn't matter the way in which you work, the type of work that you do, it's literally transpiring. And there is a lot of feedback, there is a lot of it being given to people, and it's being very highly um, treasured, appreciated, and a lot of gratitude for your presence. That's insane. Okay, give me a moment, because I wrote like in the speed of light, and with the speed of light, and actually I don't understand what I wrote in here. Give me a moment. By the way, that's fascinating. I wrote in here dancing with enemies and with challenges. Girl, now how you be doing that? That's literally what I wrote in here. That's quirky. Yeah, you'll get that more. I meditate a lot. It helps me show my craziest of the sides. And it doesn't have to be girl, like bro. If you're a bro, like, how you be doing that? Like, literally. Like, how are you doing that? Dancing with enemies and with challenges. People be like sleeping on them, stumbling across them, and you be like dancing with them. Are you what? Like a trainer of life, of dancing with, like, do you even give that? Do you even monetize that? Do you give lessons? I might be enrolling in that as well. Do you give private sessions? Like, please. Time to bust some BS doors open. Like, you don't care for BS. That's literally the case. I'll get to the bottom of this BS. That's the energy of pile number one. Everything changes, works, and flourishes with you around, opening people's eyes, restoring. Wait a minute. Okay, so I wrote in restoring. Yeah, you are restoring. It's funny to watch people try challenging you, because you transform it all either into a joking, funny, also intimidating, you tested my boundary type of way, and you turn everything around. You're also that type of person who's going to be telling and whistleblowing on bitter truths, but you are immediately going to assist that person into basically finding their empowerment. So you're not going to be like whistleblowing and, like, lowering people's vibrations and trauma dumping them and unrooting everything for the sake of it. You're going to assist, you're going to help, you're going to lend your helping hand into any difficult situation. You're going to be presenting yourself yourself, not yourself, that person. Okay, that person who's going to be who's struggling, you're going to be helping them a lot, a great deal. Also, I want to say it's funny because this is not sugar coated for sure. Like, literally, wake up from your BS. You're going to be like this with people. Like, you won't care for sugar coating. You won't care for people being dormant into their, like, issues. And I want to say people listen very intently. They listen every word you speak. They listen to it like it's like they hold on it like with their dear life. You should know how much you are listened to. You should know how much your words have an impact. They listen to what you say and they absorb it like sweet treats, literally, like sponges. Like they absorb it like water, like a sponge would absorb and drink like water. Like it's thirsty for life. Like literally that's the case with pile number 1. People would be listening and absorbing like sponges would be absorbing water, like their lives are hanging on a thin thread. Like I want you to understand something about you vocalizing your opinions is like yes, literally, like it makes sense. It makes so much sense. Like how did you find this? Like how did you know this about me? And they're like, tell me more. Like literally, please tell me more. Like please reveal more. Like don't stop. Don't stop. Like you know that moment when if you listen to tarot reads and you immediately find a detail about yourself there and you're like shocked and you are all of the sudden very intrigued to find more. Literally the case with this pile. Also, you give off, I walked this path already, follow my lead, babe. That's literally like, not gonna be tired of saying this, but follow my lead, babes, because I know it. I know this road too well, and I'm gonna dance. Like I'm not gonna even traverse it like in the ways I did in the past. I'm gonna dance by walking through it. I'm gonna dance it all out as if, it's my hobby, it's my most favorite thing to do, and I'm gonna help you along the way. There is very chaotic, but also chaotic in the good sense, restorative chaotic energy that you get, and it could manifest itself in very various varying forms. For some people, you are going to be very bashful and explosive. For some people, if the situation requires, you are going to be very kind, but kind because you are discerning. Some people need bashing. Some people get the drive. Some people get information to their ears in this way. And you could be a great deal of a lot of personalities for a lot of people. And some people will think that you're wild and they will ascribe this to your character in their mind, and some people will literally ascribe a different quality to you in their mind. So you're going to be a little bit of everything in people's minds. So yeah, literally everyone gets different. Like we have a million versions of ourselves in people's minds. So yeah, anyways, this happens. In this case, it's a very distinctive and expressive case for this. You are also a ruler of order. What this means, you like to inspire order and cultivate order in everything in your life and outside of your life. Also, I wrote in here, this is channeled, like, don't think I'm insane. Get together, get yourself together, cutie, because you're more than you realize. That's literally, it doesn't have to be the wording, but it's the energy that you would, like, that's how you're going to be helping others. That's how you're going to be inspiring your loved ones. Like, you are more than you realize. Like, get your together. Like, get your together. And also, what's wild about this pile, and I think you should know this, when you see potential, you don't care for courtesy. When you see potential, you realize that it's time for this person to shine and you won't stand for any less. So that's why you could be a little bit more harsh with people, but in the end, it's for their greatest good, and it's a very careful energy that you're doing this with. So you could be like this friend who's going to push someone out of their comfort zone when you have successfully calculated the outcome so that it is in the favor of this person. So like, you're going to be this friend who is going to say, like, you're going to thank me later, even if you're going to be giving me attitude right now. So I don't care for it, but if I'm gonna be actualizing your potential, then better believe me that I'm gonna be throwing you under the bus. If you are female watching this, I wrote this in here: let mommy rule the table, or let mommy rule the game. If you are a male, then literally this is like, let daddy rule the table or rule the game. This is giving me royal envoy. This is giving me royal energy that you are embodying, especially for the earring choice. Like, there is no way you chose this earring and you're like not embodying this. Like, don't lie to me. Or you could lie to me, but can you really lie to yourself? Queen energy, king energy, okay? Generator type of person, very powerful, fiery energy in here. I can't blame it on the channeling. It's literally, it speaks nothing about me, okay? The queen has come to make you put your together, or the king in this case, okay? Let's grow up, shall we? When shall we begin with the first lesson of growing up? You should be so done with people not owning up to their like empowerment level into their life and taking things and their life seriously and into their own hands in the proper way, because you can't be too serious, like not talking about you, but people can be too serious. In this case, like balance. And I know it because it feels like this pile knows it too well. I'm not caring for and BS. Tell me the truth. Like this pile, I feel like, you know, when you ask people and when you vocalize this, and like you're so done, like you could be enraged at this point, but for the great majority of you, you're going to step into the room and know immediately everything, like what's going on, how is this person, what are they doing, what's their belief system, what they feel, and what they how they breathe into my direction, or how they feel about me, you know. And I don't want, not gonna lie, like you could be sometimes with this energy of open your eyes, MF, like open your MF eyes already. Let me do it for you. Okay, I work hard, like this is from the 7 of Wands. This is about you. I work hard because I believe in what I do. Deal with it. The spiritual truthful king or queen has come now. Let's do business. Don't blame me, okay? I'm just channeling, okay? That's actually not, I'm not insane. No lazing around. Funny, truthful, intimidating, loving. Mentorship vibes. Emperor vibes as well. Slicing through toxicity and illusions like it's groceries for you. Like literally, that's so, like it's so easy. Like you'd be slicing through illusions and lies in your life. Like you'd be shopping, or you'd be occupying yourself with your favorite hobby. Okay, I rule the day. Deal with it. And it's not on purpose. Like you could be in the center of attention without you even realizing it, or without you even wanting this, or yeah. I rule the day, deal with it. It's not on purpose, but I'm on your side. It's not on purpose, but though, believe me, I'm on your side. So it's literally where you could be intimidating, but you could be literally intimidating with the people you most love, because you just like to challenge them, okay? It's like a very fun way to establish connection, where you could be feeling like so, it could be that you're so comforted by someone else's presence that you could be, from the exterior, it could be sounding like, you know, it could be like a bit too much, but trust me, when people get to know you, they know that you have the best of intentions, and it's literally that closeness you get with best friends. Babe, speak to me directly. Like, that's the energy that you give, okay? Now let's go into the area of the surroundings. I don't know if I'm gonna be spending too much time on that. You are surrounded by a lot of falseness, with the justice in reverse, by the amount of how much truthfulness you embody. So you are a walking contrast with your surroundings. You are also surrounded by a great deal of chaos, emotional drama, and non-determination. I feel like people are spending a lot of energy and time into confusion overall, and survival and wilderness and chaos, like literally chaos. You sound very determined and very on purpose, and also very like the amount of order and how much pulsating energy is emitted around you by how much you invest in establishing and cleaning everything, like energetically wise. Pillar of light, after all. It's insane. It's only the reading is only a testimony of how much chaos is going on around you and how much power you are exerting upon withholding, like not withholding but asserting your boundaries into the world and bringing people and filtering them into your life and giving them the same quality you have nurtured in yourself. I be channeling this and thinking it sounds like a book. Literally, it's like a novel of sorts. It's like a story from a book. People feel lost, I want to say, and you are a guide to them. You feel like a beacon of hope and renewal into their life. Also, you don't budge. You never cease to amaze people. You don't even hesitate. Okay, it's a lot of responsibility on this pile's shoulders, and this pile doesn't have time to waver. I want to say you got people crying over you. Um, a lot of powerless people are around you who are currently being guided by your word and your presence into their life, and they are being renewed, they are being helped, they are being assisted. They are seeing, like, you don't even have to necessarily be a person who's going to be organizing one-on-ones with people. You could be just hanging there, hanging out there, and people be looking at you and saying, I want to be like them. And that's literally all that's necessary for them to be transformed. Walking embodiment of truth. That's the energy I feel. And you have, or you're going to be having, a lot of people seeking you out because they want this clarity and they want to know how you did it so that they can do it as well. You restore a lot of people's quality of life. You restore, you could be like an antidote for powerlessness. Something about you really inspires, and like the people who quit, the people who consider quitting, they reconsider with your presence, with your power. You're like a guiding light for people, and a lot I get a message of people want to keep on living. That's the energy I get, and they pick themselves up by the result of you being there by their side. And it's like, let me help you guide yourself. Let me help you help yourself. And you don't want to make them dependent on you. That's awesome. You got a great deal of lovers, but also haters and adorers. I don't know if that's even a word, but you got a lot of criticism and projection. Not gonna stop too much on it, but people are considering your ways as being too intense or too out there. Don't care for that. My intervention specifically in this case, continue on doing what you did, and I don't even feel like you need this, but you don't know how much of an impact you got over people, um, because they feel like you're too blunt or you're too truthful, and in life you should be more refined or reserved with your opinions. Don't care for that. I feel like you never will. Um, Fans are drawn to you like bees are drawn to honey or to nectar, whatever. But this is with the Eight of Wands, and it's also gratitude. You're going to receive. Oh, wait a minute. You're going to receive a lot of gratitude and recognition for the amount of help you have provided. You must be already, but the changes and the ways in which it's going to transform that gratitude is going to find you. Like, prepare yourself. It's going to be very clear. You're going to be love bombed. A lot of helped folks are going to come back around. Like, this is going to be very interesting to watch. And those people's lives who you transformed, they are going to be coming back and notifying you of this. This is going to be long term. They are going to come back to you and say, remember that time when I was basically sinking low and I was feeling like I wasn't even desiring to be here. Like, that's the kind of energy. And you helped me out. Like, people are going to say, remember you gave me hope when I felt like I didn't have any. That's the energy I feel. I feel like I asked, why are people addicted to you? And it's literally like, be careful what you wish for or what you ask for. Taking people out of your life, or you leaving, or let's imagine you being taken out today from people's life. It's dangerous. I don't want to go there. There. It's dangerous because there are very huge consequences for a lot of people in your life, that are going to suffer, who are going to suffer a great deal, because I feel like they're going to be unplugged. This is literally the case where a lot of people are going to lose hope. The impact in which they are going to be affected, it's going to be great and long lasting. For some, for a number of people, it's going to be everlasting. So I don't want to go there. I don't want to go into the channeling because it's very grim. And you should be realizing how important your presence is into people's lives. And the wild, the crazy, the controversial, the intimidating, the loving, the nurturing, it's all there. It's all you. It's all part of the game. It's all part of the legend. So don't think that your presence or your impact is overlooked, and I'm sure you are most aware of that even more perhaps than I am currently. I want to say a side note, there are varying intensities and also varying degrees of information, of how this information is going to play itself out into your life, but the vast majority of it, 70 to 90 to 100%, it should, like, of course 100% it cannot be for everyone, but it should play itself out gracefully and ideally into your life. And this is energy imprints. So if I'm talking about fans, and for some it's going to be 100, for some it can be 1000, for some it could be 5, but they are like lifelong, it's varying degrees of information, but stick to the core, and the core is powerful. The core is beyond anything I've seen before. It never ceases to amaze me how this information is finding me and it's asking me to channel itself for you. Okay, so that was all pile number one. Make sure to to comment below that you are pile number one. Help me out with a like and a subscribe if you are not subscribed already, and if you haven't liked the video already, and make sure to check out the old videos as well, and I'll be looking forward to updating you with most refined and top quality content. Take care. Okay, welcome to your reading pile number 2, those of you who chose the red crystal earring. What makes people addicted to you? I have taken notes just like with pile number 1. Let's see. Your first card is going to be Council of Light. It's in reverse. It has written in it divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realm. Okay. Because it's in reverse, I feel like this is going to be quite a funny message. I feel like you are very independent. I feel like you are very self-made and also self-designed. I feel like this is completely the opposite. Like, let's disregard the whole side of the card itself, because the message is very vast, but still, I feel like there is something about you that's very, I chose to be this way, and I won't steer away from who I am or who I am choosing to be. There is no interference, there is no, almost as if there is no exterior willpower directed upon you to be like dictating what you're going to be, become, and aspire to become. Um, okay, let's go to the notes aside from the channeling, which is quite interesting, but still. Self-made, self-designed. By the way, it could have been that your case was of someone who was in the past um, influenced a lot by people's wills and what they wanted and didn't want you to be or do. And right now, I feel like you have managed to step into the power of self-realized empowerment and self-realized will. And this is translating itself into the Council of Light being in reverse. And I feel like people could have had very positive intentions, but they were filtering themselves out in a very toxic way. And what makes people addicted to you, it's basically that transformation that you have undergone. It's not saying that it's the source of that addiction basically for you or for that hunger that I will definitely cover. It's insane what I have managed to dig up, but it feels as though your attractiveness has been enhanced as a result of this whole journey that you have undergone. Okay. Self-made, self-designed, phoenix, rebirth energy type. I am my best friend and my enemy. I would expect you to invest a lot in your self-awareness, the ways in which you present yourself to the world both internally and externally as well. A lot of people learning from you. I wrote in here as well, hold your horses, reassess, reset. You're resetting and reassessing people's opinions and general directions by simply being there. I feel like you are someone who has managed to put life to test, life itself, to put yourself to test in the context of life and realize what you are not and what you are. Basically, this is a very like main character energy, and I feel like with Hold Your Horses, you could be helping people basically question who they are, why they're doing the things that they are doing, and basically um, forcing awareness upon them. Reassess, reset, and it could be that you could be that type of friend who is going to say, think twice about it. Do you really want it, or is it something that's driving you towards having this want? Is your desire authentic? Is it really yours, or is it something that has been um, added or implanted somehow, like was it really your pure desire, or was it planted by someone else? Or are you trying to authentically desire it, or is it influenced again? Independence, it's definitely something about this pile, and fierce powerhouse type of vibes that's giving. Um, interesting. I made it with my own hand type of energy, very attractive, very um, unattainable, fiery, vast, and immersive. That's literally the reasons, and the reasons why people are addicted. Like the moment you step into people's lives, it feels like it's like no turnaround, no coming back, because you leave a literal imprint or a mark on people's lives, and it's like, as I said, irreversible. I bet people really remember who you are. It's something of it's very unforgettable, like the impressions that you leave people with. You are very, very, very powerfully expressive. That's interesting. um, People feel really drawn towards you, and I want to also add, people are very stuck and obsessed with you. I want to say this is going to be romantically wise, but people are feeling stuck on you. I feel like it's a great deal of very different fantasies being projected at you. I don't know why this picks itself up into the read, but I guess it should be here. Passionate displays of attention. You could be having people who are going to be so desperate for your attention that they're going to even go for the negative type of attention just by merely extorting a sort of a reaction from you. Okay. um, it might be out there, like the amount and the intensity and the caliber of the attention that people want from you, the amount of obsession that they could have for you, it's quite out there. Like for this pile is definitely a bit intense to too much. Okay, people seek even negative attention from you, hungry for you. This is also going to go into the category of 18 plus. I feel like, there are a lot of fantasies in regards to pile number two. And this is very like, I will also say it's both genuine and not so genuine. I want to say you do have people who are, let's say, genuinely interested in you. They are single and they are very good matches, let's say arbitrarily or objectively speaking, and they do have those. So it's as if, regular people who are, let's say, not so, let's say, free in their imagination, they feel very tempted when it comes to the subject of you, which is interesting because it's a very expressive in that regard energy, and you are very attractive definitely with this combination of energy going through, surging through the read, and especially it was so important that it wanted to be acknowledged. So you might be also gatekeeping, but you might be also having, despite that, a lot of admirers still. I am my own art project. I feel like I drew this from the moon card. I feel like you could be, if you are in solitude, you could be like so expressive. Like you could be having such a vast inner world that it's literally boundless, and people would be like literally drowning in it. They could feel like you are so many things. Like it's giving me role playing type of energy for some reason. Your love drives people mad. Like it's too much for them. The King of Cups is like the ways in which you love, they are so deep, they are so vast, they are so multi-layered. It's like not the type of love that you would have like in high school, or that kind of love where it's like the first one, where it's like literally very fleeting and also very temporary and not so serious. The ways in which you love, they are so deep that you are irreplaceable. If you have exes, they for sure did not forget you, and for many, I want to say, people could be having situations where they are reminded of you a great deal, and they would have situations like with exes specifically, would be like, my like pile number two did this, and my current partner is not doing this. So it's like they would be comparing their current partner with you and somehow placing you on a pedestal, which is very interesting to have. Perhaps it's not as fun for the partner, but for you it's definitely like, I don't know, you left a mark definitely with this pile. You left a mark and it's pretty undeniable. I want to say that as well. Okay, let's check. Um, it also feels like with the High Priestess in reverse, there are aspects to you that it feels like you were not meant to be revealed, or you must be in some circumstances or key circumstances in which the spotlight is being given, is being like placed upon you, and somehow like either you're not used to that amount of exposure, or you're not feeling comfortable with that amount of exposure as well, because there is a lot of hunger in your aura from the people who are seeing you as very desirable. Um, it feels like which whatever it is that you like posted, or um, your like the things that you expressed with people, they are so valued and haunted, almost like people hunt them. Like they would want to have a photo of you, they want to have some sort of like a reminder of you. And it's interesting because I don't feel like you maybe are not posting a lot. Like maybe this is not going to resonate for everyone, but you might be posting a little, but you must be having like very well thought or very deeply in-depth or detailed posts, and people would be hunting for photos of you, which is very strange. I don't want to go again in the 18 plus, but for now at least. But you should know that you are seen as highly desirable, whether it is something that you are consciously cultivating, but for this pile, definitely it feels like it's a byproduct of you just being there, which is definitely a compliment for you, okay? It almost feels like your love is making people feel drunk in love and head over heels in love, definitely about this pile as well. Um, it's very also interesting because your energy is very wild, fiery, impulsive, volcanic, and passionate. Passionate, oh my god. Um, it feels like you are not a gray zone type of person. You are either very wild and passionate or you are very cold. And for this, you are very much seen as a price, okay? You are seen as highly, highly unattainable and highly desirable as a result of that. Insane levels of attraction. Um, but it's almost like, again, it's an energy channeled from you, you saying, but I'm not for everyone, okay? Yeah, definitely something that's transpiring through the read. Also, what's interesting, you could be checking pile number one as well. People's quality of life is highly enhanced and directed to prosperity as a result of you being there or as a result of them having you by their side. Something about your choices, presence, and impulses lead you to success, whatever success means individually for you. Many have a huge desire to be like you, to be close to you, and to live up to your measurements, standards, and to compare themselves to your standards. Something about you is like it's like a leveled sort of thing where they would be comparing themselves to you and realizing where they stand and what needs to happen for them to level up, for them to measure up to you, for example, which kind of feels rare, but um, also, I love that I see this in here. It's so spontaneous. People's standard daily schedule is kindly but surely blasted into dust with your appearance. You shock people, you kind of throw them off balance somehow, like in a very loving, cute way. Queen King energy as well. It's very fiery. It could be something related about your something about your chart could be oh my god, could have something related to fire, or you could have abundance in fire in your chart, or overall you could be feeling like you have this character overall, okay? Very expressive and also very expensive as I was reading this word, and self-aware. You could be also self-aware into your expression, self-aware into the ways in which you can be high standard and high maintenance as well. You must have also a mix of those. You must have also lunar, ethereal, fairy-like presence to you and beauty. I feel like for now the energy I have just described is due to some situation in life, or it could be due to for some of you, due to your mood. Some days you could be feeling really cold, detached, and very lunar and ethereal, and some days you could be fiery, explosive, watery at the same time. Again, it's like if fire would be liquid and if fire was cold, like this type of very very intricate, very concrete messages coming through, and also representations. Something about you is also seen as highly desirable and attractive by the ways in which your vitality and your refreshed beauty is being always um, ready on the go. Like you have this vital force that's always there. Like when I say vital force, it's literally the desire to live, the desire to advance and to continue on flourishing. I also want to say this pile is very focused on themselves. You could be so focused on yourself that sometimes you must be forgetting around about what's happening around you, but it's not necessarily detrimental. I feel like generally people are very curious about you because you're not attention seeking, and because you're kind of focused on your own purpose, on your own goal, and on your own, like, I know what I want, you know? And it's interesting because with the Hanged Man, a lot of people are generally feeling like they know they're going to be either rejected, but not necessarily. I feel like the vast majority is going to still fight for you, but there are some people who are thinking that, we won't measure up to their expectations, or we won't measure up to even be like with them, or they're too busy, which is kind of sad because people feel a bit defeated, or they compare themselves to you and realize by the nature of this comparison that they are not living up to your expectations, despite you not even saying a word. And yeah, it's kind of sad. Something about you is also very unique, and might I say, this is a reading about what makes people addicted to you. And I feel like the case with this pile, it's you didn't try, you didn't necessarily try to be addictive, but you kind of ended up being this way, and it's very involuntary because you carry yourself in this way. I feel like, okay, this is going to be about people who were wise enough to focus on their purpose, on their independence. And for those of you who didn't, that's completely fine. I'm not very good at this myself, but I mean, it's all in comparison, but never mind. It's as if you didn't ask for it and it was granted. That's what I feel like it's about this pile. And must I remind you that the moon, it's like people are seriously thrown off balance. Like, not in a bad way. I feel like they are stunned by your beauty. I feel like they are stunned by your energy, and because they have feelings. Like, people are not caught off guard when they don't have feelings. This is the case of someone who was so expressive and self-aware, and you delved like right deep into your core, so much so that it basically attracted a whole fan base. Yeah, and it's not the fan base, it's like an 18 plus type of interest. Not saying this on purpose. I mean, it feels like this pile doesn't realize, because it feels like you don't realize how beautiful you are. And I should be also saying that you should be careful, because with that amount of people interested in you, you should be, and I'm sure you are very, very discerning and also very attentive to this amount of influx, directed at you of people. And because something about this pile feels like you're not necessarily used to that energy, and you're not to be preyed on. Like, that's what's going on. Like, that's what I feel like is relevant to your pile. um I feel like there is an advice coming through as you being intently a bit more of a closed book. If you don't pick it up, if you don't want to, that's completely fine. But I want to say like a warning, because there are treasures that are going to be, universally speaking, when you see a treasure in the middle of um, a place where a lot of people are, immediately all of them notice it and they are drawn to it. And in that case, you are this treasure, and you should be really careful, or you should be really discerning with who you accept into your life, because your qualities are too exquisite, um, are too valuable, are too unique for them to be accessed by everyone. So like you shouldn't be talking to everyone, you shouldn't be interacting with everyone, because if you are not already, you're going to have such occurrences. So yeah, I'm sure you're more than aware of what I'm talking about in here, but it's like a reminder to keep your energy to yourself, because I don't feel like the admirer group is very mature, or also very, let's say, decent in their pursuit. So yeah, I must say that with the Ace of Swords in reverse and the blank card, something about this pile saying also no is going to be turning people even more on. And I want to just give a warning that you are going to be faced with a lot of boundary setting. And also, I feel like you're going to be like, hold your horses, who gave you the permission to advance and to basically think that you are a match to me. And I'm not exaggerating. I feel like in life, as you said there, like as I was channeling, you're not for everyone, okay? Now, interesting, because we're going to cover the actual surroundings. Now, this is going to be in comparison. I feel like you are an island in the surroundings. You have a lot of toxic energy, let's say. You have like a worthy match in here with the Emperor, but this person is in their early stages. You have also the King of Wands here, so this is someone, as I said, with sexual desires. We have a King of Pentacles. This is someone who's interested in providing to you. But I must say, with the Emperor and the Nine of Visions, I feel like you should be waiting, you shouldn't be hurrying. You also have the Devil. So 18 plus affairs, in this case, people are having fantasies. It's definitely like, guard yourself with that if you want, because like, guard yourself from such influences, because it feels like they are very abundant for some reason in your surroundings. You have 10 of spells. I want to say 10 of spells in this case is going to be a very powerful social domain, or you must be having some sort of very powerful links with like friends or with relatives or people. Like you could be finding strength in your social support line type of thing. But with the liar in here, which is going to be the devil, it's don't accept everyone into your life. You are surrounded by a vast majority of people with very different intentions. And with the Fool, also, this is someone who's not interested in long term. This is someone who's like short term oriented. Knight of Pentacles as well. Child of Spells, this is also very much like interest directed at you, like curiosity. Six of Visions, I feel like people, interesting, because we have that this people want to be friends. They are friends and they realize that they have crossed the line. They realize that they are crossing over to the more than friendship. And this is following and haunting this pile like crazy, okay? With the Seven of Swords and the Liar up close, it's not a very good combination. This means you have a lot of people in your surroundings who are not with very good intentions, and unfortunately they are very much so aware of it, but you are highly protected with a Weaver of Spells. I want to say either one or both. You are more than qualified to protect yourself and your energy, or you are also, as I said, both protected divinely. And it could be like some sort of we not witchy, it's like a spiritual, it's like a seal of sorts. Like those of you who have been practicing stuff of protection, this thing is literally working, because it's like being mentioned in here into the read. And with the Three of Swords, especially being close to the High Priestess, you are very in tune with everything that's going on, and you're more than capable of like not overwhelming yourself emotionally wise, so you can read your surroundings. And overall, I think, yeah, 9 and the Black Shock. Wait, what's that? Shock, yeah. This is going to be the Death card, and Queen of Pentacles. Like, there is disarray. I want to say there is a bit of chaos in your surroundings, and this pile could be like, I know, okay, I know. With the Moon card, and especially because I was talking about you creating like an sort of an energy of an island around you, because it feels like the moon, you must be either acquainted or really used to that kind of chaos. And with the High Priestess, you're not very happy about it, but you are finding guidance and intuition back into the game, and you are like trying to control aspects that are within your reach. And I want to say you're doing a pretty good job with the aspect of how you're keeping your things in check, the ways in which you progress in life, and the ways in which you move forward with the Chariot, and you're going to transition out of this whole surroundings of chaos. It's going to be fine. Like, don't stress over it, but generally speaking, this is not a very good time to build relationships. I would say give a chance to this Emperor person. Most likely you know who I'm talking about. This is going to be a very worthy match, but this person feels either like they're very green in their green phases, or they're not ready quite so for a relationship. But definitely keep your guard up, pile number 2, because your energy is too valuable for it to be squandered and for it to be easily accessed by a lot of people. And trust me, people will get used to it, especially with a Hangman. Like, people will suffer their like romance and unrequited feelings, or I want to say we have in here some very inappropriate people like coming for you, like specifically with the interest of knowing you, wondering whether you are single or not, and you could be like none of your business, okay? And especially, like, as I said, the Liar, the Seven of Swords, a great amount of deceit. And I love that with that side is being protected by the High Priestess and the Moon card, so you are like concealed in your own island of protection, or you are casting some sort of protection circles. I don't know, like you're doing something. It feels like this influence could also be, it could feel like this way, it's very close to you. It's almost as if people might be feeling like they're too close and you would want distance, but trust me, it's like you are protected. I don't see harm in here. The only harm that can come to you is going to be that which is being initiated by you. So if you're crossing the line, if you're crossing that island, if you're crossing a bridge to shady stuff, shady people, you are going to be giving an accept like to this. And you know that this pile has a level of prosperity which is very, very, very good and abundant, but it sustains itself right now by nature of you being isolated or sharing it with the right type of people. And again, find solace, find connection in your social circle, your trusted social circle in this case, because also assert boundaries with them if necessary, but don't go into romance, don't go necessarily into the romantic stuff right now, because there are a lot of people who are in need of being filtered out of your life, okay? Despite some of them actually with the King of Pentacles, Emperor in reverse, and yeah, not all of them, but there are people who are worthy. But again, I'm not sure if this is something that you want, and I'm not sure if you're even looking for this right now. So yeah, but definitely this pile, like, why are you so addictive? It's your energy. It's very addictive. It's also very alluring and very attractive. Unfortunately, in this case, it could bring a lot of attention, especially like, why am I saying this? Is because of unwanted attention, and you could be tired of it, by the way. So that was all pile number 2. Those of you who chose this lovely red crystal earring. If you resonated, if you love the reading, if you agree or not, you could drop that below. If you chose pile number 2, you could drop your comment below saying or not saying that it resonates if you want. So Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and take care. Okay, moving on to pile number three. Those of you who chose the earring with the black and red and orange swirls. Okay, let's see your cards. We have in here birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Must I say that this is going to be about why are people addicted to you? You are different, I want to say, with this card being in the read. Your energy, it's not what people usually stumble across, because with birthing a new age, it might not be apparent at first, but you are someone who is about establishing things that are not, not necessarily like societally, let's say, approved of, but they are very different. Your desires, your ways in which you think and in which you establish goals into your life, they could be very different from what people usually desire. And it feels like your desires could be very defined and also very unique to you. And that makes you really irreplaceable, because people feel like generally they stumble and meet others who are either just like them or who are just like very mediocre gray zone type of people. Well, in this case, there are multiple layers to you, pile number three, and very unexpected things where, for example, someone could say, I want a family, and that's all. Like, I want a family, a partner, and you could be like, I want a partner with whom I'm going to basically become self-aware with, or with whom I'm going to be like, if you are into, let's say, spirituality, like we're going to um, compete with each other when it comes to self-awareness. Or you could be like, I want another tarot reader if you are reading cards, and it's like it could be also what I have just told you. It could be very also blunt for some of you. It could be some of you could have such intricately designed fates with and also seeking a person with whom you're going to actualize this. I cannot go into detail about this because it's not about me, it's about you. So keep in mind, you must be having some very defined desires or milestones into your life, or very concrete like childhood dreams that you are going to be basically actualizing. And I feel like people are never getting bored with you, and they are very addicted to your energy because of that, and also because of that spontaneity. Okay, I also feel like you like to challenge the status quo a lot. You like to challenge the rules as well, especially the ones which doesn't make sense specifically to you. We have in here Three of Pentacles. I feel like you are generally a very reasonable person, and there are a lot of benefits to basically working with you, or basically like cooperating with you, let's say. But with the Seven of Swords, it's like the energy, as I said, with like challenging the status quo. With the Four of Cups, there are yet people who are going to be looking back and realizing what a missed opportunity they've had. Uh, by not letting you in. I feel like you could be a lot, or with a Six of Wands, it's like you could be triggering people a great deal, and because of that, you could be like with the Four of Wands in reverse, encountering a lot of like not necessarily like backlash, but people not understanding with the Two of Pentacles where it is that they should be placing you into their life. But I want to say there is a lot of excitement. There is a lot of like, I want to have you, but also I want to have you on the back end. Like, I want to have you for later because I haven't really understood what you are or who you are. And I feel like you could be tired with the Four of Cups of the missed chances or the missed opportunities and waiting for people to make up their mind. But I want to say your energy is very addictive, but it's also so much and too much for some people that they are going to be feeling a bit on a scale of like avoidant and really like avoiding you, or it's like too much. Okay, also judging by the surroundings in here with the like Wheel of Fortune twice in the reverse, I feel like it could be a pile where you felt a lot in your life, or you are currently feeling like you are not at the right time and the right place. But I want to say, like, keep on believing in your vision, because your pile is not going to necessarily like right now live their manifestations necessarily. Like there is some time needed in here for those to basically settle. And I want to say like why this out of the other piles feels like the one who's going to be desired a lot in the future. I do not know, but with birthing a new age, it's like right now there is a time for something else. You are highly still desired, but some people like, I feel like people don't have enough maturity right now on this level to highly appreciate you, despite them feeling really intrigued and wanting to have you by their side. We could also be dealing with a person who is very like resourceful and not in need of validation, or let's say the need for others, because we haven't here this Four of Cups. I feel like for the first time in my life I encounter this positive meaning for this card, where it feels like, you know, you're not necessarily like wanting to take energy from someone else, and that in and of itself again makes you very attractive. I feel it's interesting because we've got this message in all of the three piles, but this one is like with the Three of Pentacles. It's a very good thing to cooperate with you, and it's a very pleasant interaction to actually cooperate and work with you. We have this Page of Pentacles. It's a very strange combination, to be honest, like Page and this Four of Cups and this Three of Pentacles. Like, you know, it's like you are someone who's not necessarily like interested in maybe a degree of closeness. You don't necessarily like actively pursue it, but people are left with this desire to be close to you as a result of basically interacting with you. So that's pretty like interesting to have in the read, because usually I encounter this Four of Cups as like a more of a negative, like depressive state of mind or state of being. I also want to say that with the Six of Wands, there is a lot of information coming through that people want to fight for you in any way, shape, or form that may apply to you. But the energy of the Six of Wands is almost as if people get to know you and they get like, again, hooked or addicted to you. It happens kind of like naturally, and I feel like this is talking about attachment, and it's almost like they would want to pursue you, they would want to be closer to you merely because they started to get to know you better. Now it feels like with the Four of Cups, the more unattainable, the more I don't want this, it feels like the more people want to pursue. And that's very strange. That's indeed very strange, because I feel like this pile, if anything, they are not focused on relationships right now, or it's as if you're not necessarily interested in being pursued, but it kind of happens, or I would expect it to happen indirectly. Also with the Three of Pentacles, something about you makes people really, really like want to be friends with you, and for others it's going to be like, for other categories also from the people you've met, they want to be real close friends with you, and it's very magnetic. Something about you is very magnetic to them, and they would want to build this relationship with you, and it's almost like whatever the the type of relationship may be, like, please let's be together. I don't know, this is very strange, but it's almost as if people indirectly would want to be or to hang out in your presence, no matter the format. Like, no matter the format of the relationship, so long as you are around, things are becoming like very interesting, or things are like worth living, you know. This pile is going to be prone to situations such as the ones where people are all of the sudden around you, they are hanging out around you, they are like indirectly trying to just be in your presence. Now, I must say that you're not going to necessarily be out there and like talking with people, but you're going to end up like being around a group of people that you're asking yourself with, like, what are these people doing here? Like, what what's your problem? Like, what's your activity here? Like, what's your business here around me? And why do I end up constantly being in a crowd of people? Now, I also want to say this is very unconscious. Like, it feels like people are being drawn to you in a very unconscious way. It's almost as if people can't help but be drawn, which is very strange, but in a good way, you know. I would expect also this pile to be quite annoyed because there is an element of privacy in here being crossed, or as if you are not necessarily used to this type of attention. And I want to say this pile doesn't try. I didn't feel like the others were trying also, but you don't try to impress, you don't try, you're just being yourself, and that in and of itself makes you very, very attractive, alluring, and very desirable. It's funny because it's like almost as if the results of what you are manifesting, you're like asking and saying generally, like, I didn't ask for this, but it kind of happened, you know, especially with the people in here. With this Four of Wands, by the way, I want to say it being in reverse, something about you is very, like, again, innovational, something I mentioned in both of the previous piles. It's like you reset, you reestablish people's like stability in life in a better quality. um, I would I wouldn't be I wouldn't hesitate to say that with the Four of Wands in this representation, it could be that people, what they have built so far, you are resetting it and they are very happy about it, you know. It's like almost as if, you know, for example, you met a musician, okay, let's say this, and you give them a suggestion or you give them a different way in which they can create music, and they're like, yes, that's perfect, you know, that's genius. And this person would all of a sudden feel this refreshed sense of like starting anew, or pursuing their interest from a different perspective. With the Four of Wands, it could come off, like, especially in reverse, it could be a little bit destabilizing, like your presence in people's lives. And many could actually, with the Six of Wands in reverse, take it quite personally and like, why are you interfering with the ways in which I did it for so long? But you're literally like wanting to help people, wanting for them to reestablish or to rethink or to retinker, you know, the perspectives and the methods in which they go about doing stuff. And I want to say, like, you have a very business oriented or production or like efficiency oriented type of mindset, and you could help a lot of people. Like with this birthing a new age, I would feel like people are generally very resistant to you and resistant to your ideas at first, but my god, it feels like the moment this Four of Wands and the Six of Wands is being flipped, people all of the sudden, if they are to not take it personally, they would realize how much of a benefit actually you are. And I feel like, especially in here with why are people addicted to you, is going to play itself out also business wise, because not only this is relationship oriented, where people are just wanting to hang out under any like pretext or circumstances. In here we have a person who's also efficiency oriented. This is like Fire or Pentacles energy, where you're like oriented towards efficiency, and this is coming through with these Two of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. The social aspect in here, whatever it is that you touch, whatever it is that you express, say, and vocalize, is being very like, is very useful. You could use that for people and they're going to be like very grateful in the future. But again, with the Seven of Swords, I don't feel like people are ready, you know. Unfortunately, not like unfortunately to say like in a negative way, I don't feel like people are mature enough to basically just accept the fact and take it like as an ego blow that maybe they are in need of an improvement. And birthing a new age, I was like surprised it's in reverse, But in here, it literally could talk about people's reluctance to be open to new ideas. And I feel like you have an abundance of new ideas. And trust me when I say this is not going to be limited to money and career. This could be literally about anything. This could be about fun. This could be about like a very creative person, a very like resourceful person when it comes to things, ideas. And of course, there are barriers in here. I feel like the more you retreat in your shell, somehow, like metaphorically speaking, the more attention you get, or something about you providing to people is so valuable that it literally leaves people like with their mouths open, and they're like seeking like one day passes and they seek you, like they are looking for you actively, like remember that time you told me this and this and that, and I want more, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point, or if this is not a reality already, where people are asking you actively to intervene, like actively to give them advice, actively to express your opinion and give ideas. Because I feel like this pile is very, very good at bringing new ideas to the table. Also, I pick up on a lot of excitement with this pile. I pick on up on a lot of like what what's possible, like what are the possibilities with pile number 3, because they are so smart, they are so like resourceful. Again, like this is the energy I catch, and I feel like you're going to be ending up in situations where you're going to give so much ideas wise and advice, and it's all going to like overflow into relationships. Now trust me when I say it will feel like at first you're going to interact with people on a very like business official level, and then 2 seconds later people are going to be very interested in you as a person and who you are on a very personal level, and you're going to be like, I didn't ask you to interview me because I have my own business to attend to, and let's like keep the boundaries very clear. But again, like in the surroundings, the perceptions and the ways in which people react to you, they are very, very, very strange and very interesting at the same time. We have the Great Mother. People could feel nurtured either by you directly or your ideas. They could feel very drawn to you as well, but with the Page of Swords especially, people would be like watching you, fascinated by you, almost like with the Page of Cups. These are people with emotions in here, and with the Nine of Cups you could be even drawing people out, not only off from their comfort zones. Oh my gosh, I'm so stumbling across words today, I can't. They could be overwhelmed with the Six of Challenges. They could be like, I would expect people at work to not be ready for the intensity, and literally for a lot of you, you're going to feel like people are either like behaving in very strange ways, very unclear, like your surrounding is in here, they are very strange, very also chaotic, and the most grounded aspect in here is like the Eight of Bones, which could be representative of you, like you just doing your work. But why I say it's destabilized, because we have this Wheel of Fortune in reverse twice in the read. Like actively your presence shapes not only reality but shapes people as well. Like we have one demographic of people with the Page of Swords, like the people surrounded by you, who are just watching, who are very interested and curious, like who you are, what you're doing. We have King of Swords, someone desperately trying to rationalize. This is someone you are going to recognize as being very cold, detached, and too cold, like almost as if it's suspicious, you know. We have in here the Hierophant in reverse, someone seriously doubts themselves as a result of having interactions with you, like they're doubting their ways. This is insane. Like I can't believe this. And I also want to say you have some demographic of people comparing themselves to you, and quite literally intimidated. I feel like the ones I have just described, like the king and the pages, are more people with, like, let's say a closer attachment to you, but they are more like, let's say, on a healthier spectrum. They are like healthier, but you've got like very minor relationships that are very like envious, also people who are envious obviously, but keep on doing what you did, because with the 5 of spells you are very fascinating to a lot of people. Despite even being overwhelmed, I feel like people enjoy it really well. And with the 3 of Wands, your surroundings, whatever situation you're participating in, whether it be work related, people don't want you to go. I feel like there is an element in here of like almost feeling trapped, or people would want to trap you so that you don't go away, or that you don't even think about leaving like a company or whatever. 9 of Cups, I'm not gonna lie, this is the case where, I don't know if you tried this or not, but this is the result. People want to quit or leave their 9 of Cups energy, which is a very egotistical, I am on my own and I am like fulfilling my own needs, desires, and they want to transition into something more. And something more in the context of the 9 is basically the 10, which is literally people look at you in a more romantic sense, while at the same time being very fascinated by the work that you do. And I'm not sure like this pile is necessarily like actively trying to pursue that. Like I don't feel like you are necessarily like on purpose trying to impress, or yeah, you're just doing your job. Like with the Page of Pentacles, I feel like you naturally attract a lot of abundance. And if not, of course, because this could be like the beginning card for the page, and here it could be that it's talking about the future, and all of the things that I'm mentioning could be related to the foundations that you build. Also with the 7 of Swords, I want to say, and you should be also very aware of that your participation in people's lives is very powerful, and the impact it has is also very strong. It's so strong and intense that at times it could literally like invite, unfortunately, a lot of like triggering energy for people. I'm surprised I don't see the Tower in here, but with the 7 of Swords, people could be taking a lot of things personally, and like let's reiterate, why are people addicted to you. Literally it feels like this is like an I'm sorry, pile number 3, I got interrupted again. What I was trying to say, however, is that people gradually get to know you, and the more they know you, the more they kind of like what they see. It seems like there is a road to knowing you, which is very slow paced, but the more people get to know you, the more value they can see in you. And I feel like this is more value to themselves and like what they can get out of you. Unfortunately, it kind of goes into that domain as well. But I feel like there are unexpected turns of events and turns of, or sides of you generally speaking, that are highly desirable, and people didn't know that you have them. And it's not because like they are not very apparent, it's because it gets like, there has to be some like time before your character is being revealed fully to people. And for some reason in your surroundings you've got a lot of like disarray and dissatisfaction, and something about you is very harmonious in nature, something about you is very like peaceful, also very desirable, but in a not grabby way. And when I say this, it's literally amazing how all of 3, like out of all of the piles, this energy of I don't need you to be happy, it's basically like seeping through the reads, and it's making it so that people just genuinely want to hang out around you, specifically like the message with pile number 1. So it's I'm peacefully minding my own business, and it's very attractive. It's seen as highly desirable. And I think this is amazing. I feel like this is something that people highly treasure and highly like adore in you. Something is like with this pile is very adorable also coming through. And I feel like, I don't know, people just want to hug you for some reason. I feel like there is a funny yet pervasive feeling, even like an embarrassing feeling of just people wanting to snuggle for some reason, which is like, let's say this is funny because I'm channeling it, but yeah, I think this is quite normal. But there is like a desire for physical like touch or just physical closeness. I wouldn't be surprised if people around you would be very touchy, or they would find like a lot of them would find let's say circumstances and reasons why they would want to be close to you, or they would want to like be touchy, okay? Which I know sounds kind of crazy and a little bit off for some of you, but I feel like, I guess, like, genuinely, I don't know how to comment on this. It's just energy being channeled or information, but yeah, something about you really makes people want you to stay there, or for you to just like be there. I don't know, it's just like, that feeling where like I've seen this in avoidant like patterns where people are scared or they are avoiding you, of course, but they don't want you to go. So that's usually the energy I feel like with pile number 3. Or there is something about you that people know that if you are going to be approached in an improper way, you are quickly going to basically either run away or freak out, get scared, or it's going to be a turn off, or you're going to instate boundaries, okay? So it's like people are really careful. And I want to say you've got like very slow paced people, also very like slow but steady type of moves in your direction, pile number 3, which is quite funny because, again, energy channeled. Like, I don't feel like in your case it would be like people who are explosive or very out there in their affection, but it's like people recognize high value when they see it. So it's like, don't go away, like, give us chances and please give us more. That's the type of energy. But they don't want to get like too intense, or they don't want to come too like strong in the beginning. So I would say you've got a lot of people who are genuinely interested and like preoccupied with the idea of you hanging around for as long as possible, and getting to know you, but in a very indirect way. So it's literally like, it feels like people are afraid, or they feel like with the Wheel of Fortune twice, that if they're going to make a mistake, you're going to run away. So it's like literally that example where they should be very cautious and you could be actually very perceptive. I want to say you could be very smart and very like in tune with a lot of things that are going on, and that's perhaps why they feel like this energy of I should be really careful with pile number 3, because a wrong move and I'm out, and out in different ways. Some of you will be cutting people off immediately, some of you will just avoid others, and some of you will be like, I'm not interested, like directly. Various ways of rejection, but of rejecting people, but people see value. People definitely can smell value, like in the air when it comes to like your presence into the room. Also, what's fascinating about this pile is that people could get some hate comments directed at you, and this is from the people who misunderstood you and who got triggered like immediately as I was talking about that energy of the 7 of swords. But they like kind of have this logic of, I know this person has very calm and good character, and I don't believe the hate that I receive about them. And I love that I see that in the read, because honestly it feels like even your haters are going to give you the doubt when it comes to judging you, or when it comes to like second guessing whether you should be really having the hate, you know. Like I feel like over time you kind of pursue people in a very strange, indirect way, and they get to love you, like as a result of just seeing you act in life. And what's addictive about this is the fact that is the information that literally they don't see this every day. Pile number 3 is in a way a walking green flag, but you're a walking green flag and you're not like waving with this flag all over the place as if, you know, like I'm a red oh my god, I'm a green flag or green red flags. Like you're just minding your own business and you're living your life at the fullest and to the fullest, at the fullest. I don't know which is the case, but it's drawing people in. And again, like this non-interfering like type of energy. I don't want to get something from you, and it's like people over time want to be best friends with you. Over time they get to know who you are, and there are a lot of projections and of course a lot of misconceptions linked and assigned to you, which over time are being slowly but steadily dropped down. And it's hilarious how much support and how much recognition for not, I don't like saying like how good of a person you are, like a decent person, and it's natural, you know. And the result of that is people wanting to be close to you, and it's like literal any affiliation with you is going to grant people around you the sense of, yeah, I want to be in a relationship with them. And it doesn't literally matter the format, you know. I could be friends with them and I could be lovers with them if I have a chance even, but the format literally doesn't matter for me so long as I have them around. And you could be like, not for everyone, okay, but you have to know that you are seen as highly valuable, okay. So that was all, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed the read. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to say in the comments that you're pile number 3, how much you resonated with the pile in general, and if you liked the topic as well, okay. Thank you so much for watching. See you. Take care.